Do unattractive women have worse relationships? AskTruFemcels. I've been toying with the idea that unattractive women who manage to get partners might have worse relationships. That is, they might receive more negative treatment than more attractive women. There are a few possible reasons for this. One reason is that the halo effect works in reverse, so unattractive people are seen as less generous, competent, and trustworthy. If your significant other doesn't see you as positively as other women, will they respect you as much? If you think that your partner is less valuable, will you treat them as positively as someone you think is more valuable? Another reason is that unattractive women might settle for poorer quality men with less positive qualities. This is a big one. I've been reading a number of studies on evolutionary theory, and low male mate value, be it in terms of physical attractiveness, wealth or otherwise, is positively correlated with partner-directed insults and violence. Finally, women with lower self-esteem might accept poorer treatment. They might also tolerate lower levels of relationship satisfaction generally, and have lower standards for their partners. If I'm right, femcels who ascend might need to be careful. What do you think? Does anyone know anything? I will talk about my experience. I once was in a relationship, well, kind of. I met him through online dating, the only way I could meet someone that would go on a date with me, and we started dating. The first 5 months were good. He seemed to be very interested in me, and he was treating me well. We had been dating for 6 months when I needed to talk about us and what we have. Are we casually dating? Are we seeing other people? Are we in a committed relationship? He would not commit to me. He wanted to have his fun with me without committing. He gave me all sorts of excuses, except of the real one. He was looking for someone better before he commits. I could say a lot about this relationship, but to answer your question, yes, he treated me poorly, just not poorly enough to make me leave immediately. He was hiding me from his friends and family. He would check out other girls while we were together. He would refer to me as his friend, although we had been dating for more than a year and exclusivity was out of the question. But you know what the worst part is? I did not want to leave him, because I was thinking at least I was not lonely, and because I knew that if I break it off with him, I would be alone for a very long time before I meet someone else willing to date me. Therefore, I was tolerating his behavior because I had no other options. I was absolutely right about the latest. I broke it off, and now I have been sexless and single for the past 2 years. To be honest, it could go either way. One of my friends is pretty ugly, but her boyfriend loves her and makes her feel beautiful even at her messiest, because their love is based on personality and shared interests and experiences more than looks. She's also very confident and self-sufficient, so she doesn't let anyone get her down. On the other hand, I don't think I'm conventionally attractive, but I can look pretty good with makeup and nice clothes. My ex loved me to death and treated me wonderfully and kept talking about how attracted to me he was until he sensed that I had low self-esteem, and then he'd start to make fun of the things I was insecure about or imply that no one else would date me or whatever. Yeah, I think this is probably true. I know this sounds bad, but a lot of women I've met who are less attractive seem to be in abusive relationships / treated poorly, though also attractive women can be in abusive relationships too, like my mum was always pretty but it still happened to her. Toxic men instantly know when a woman has low self-esteem. But I get where you are coming from. In their eyes, less attractive women are easier prey, because it is assumed that she will just be flattered by any type of attention a man gives her. I come from the background of blue-collar workers and farmers, and my region was reliant on one factory. A lot of men with badly paid jobs, or those who hate working, where they treat their wives like shit, choose to spend their extra money on alcohol. Sometimes the wife needs to beg for help when her husband spends more. I remember almost all men were drinking back in the villages when we visited our family. Those few men who'd rather stay with their family and not get addicted were sneered at. I didn't see the same correlation with the wives. I've never seen men treat unattractive women with the same courtesy they treat the pretty ones in my life. And it's damn sad when other people tell her that ugly women that at least they have someone now, so they should take the mistreatment. I don't agree with the bolded statement. Those who look maximum have their social status and treatment going up as well. Definitely. I see some people talk about the man who refuses to commit to his ugly girlfriend, but I've experienced something more in line with this passage. Low mate value in men can activate sexual proprietariness, which motivates the performance of cost-inflicting mate retention behaviors. As in, the men I dated were so low value that they were quick to establish commitment from me, but worst of all, they did it through anger, threats, moodiness, passive aggression, controlling ways, etc. They didn't seduce me by being good and nice people. They used negative techniques. So yes, their low value made them insecure and possessive, and they took it out on me and tried to retain me by inflicting damage on my life. Low value men truly suck, and I'm sad I didn't realize that when I was young. I actually still made the same mistakes up to this year. Anytime a low value man approached me on Reddit these past couple of years, I couldn't help but think he's secretly great. I imagine all sort of goodness in them, and I forgive and even like their flaws. I hate that I'm so good and accepting. I'm working hard on changing my brain so that I can learn to recoil at these no-use negative value men who only take and only care about themselves. They all have god-awful personalities. It's like in Fantastic Beast, there isn't a monster I couldn't love, but I should avoid them because they actively seek to abuse me and destroy me, and there's nothing of me left. I don't hurt my partners and I don't get mad at them, and I'm very easygoing and happy with anything. Like I'm legit so easy to please. I would never cause issues with my partners, but my last boyfriend was so low value he was constantly trying to pick fights. Things would have been so smooth if I had had the chance to date a high value guy. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. My ex-BF cheated on me twice and beat me occasionally, but I took him back both times he cheated. I knew I couldn't get any other man. I also paid his rent for a while because I truly thought I was in love with him. He was the only guy that didn't really mind my looks or my clingy personality. Yes, this is a known fact. The thing that made me most unattractive in my estimation was my weight and skin tone. I'm a dark-skinned black woman. I put up with a lot of abuse just to be able to say I'm dating, I'm married, I have a man, etc. Sometimes men openly admit to abusing and using less attractive women and treating them much different than their attractive counterparts. Looking back, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but still bad enough. I wasn't so obese that I couldn't take care of myself. I had the resources to go to the dermatologist, dress nice, keep my hair and nails on point, etc. I always had my own car and my own place. Sometimes I think having some financial resources made the treatment worse because men had a financial incentive to take advantage of me. When you're unattractive with nothing, people just leave you alone. You don't even exist. When you have something they want, they don't mind getting close to you for ulterior motives. Part of what I went through, if I'm honest, was my own fault. I had a choice not to accept ill treatment or to date other men, but I did so anyway out of neediness and wanting the type of man that I wanted. And I paid the price for doing so. There were nice guys who were into me, but I didn't want them at the time. I wanted and even married the muscular, handsome, thugged out alpha males. Tyrone's the black version of Chad's. I'm a bit older now, and I won't put up with the things I did before, so now I'm alone. For now, anyway. When guys see that I'm not putting up with physical abuse, no casual sex, emotional abuse or any other fuckery, that thins out the pool of interested men pretty quick. But these are things I had to learn, and being a domestic violence survivor and getting some help did help me a lot. I won't say I'm ugly. I'm not. Actually, I'm cute, but still not the ideal according to modern dating standards. An ideal partner now is young, white, thin, cisgendered, perfectly healthy, affluent, college educated. I'm older now, in my 40s, not thin. I'm not in perfect health. I'm black and working class. So I guess it depends on whose standards you go by. But for now I'm still single and not having sex, nor will I be if I have to be abused to get it. Being both unattractive and overweight is a double whammy. I feel as if I could never be a low enough weight and be feminine enough to make up for being unattractive. I have nobody. Thanks for watching Random Reddit TTS. Be sure to have a wonderful day, you snuggle muffin. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. And tell me if you think unattractive women have it worse in relationships.